Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensei Pink and I'm coming back to you guys for my review on Suitor Armor episode 79. As always guys, please go follow me on social media and do me a huge favor and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright guys, so picking up from last episode of Suitor Armor, when the girls finally arrived back at the castle, we pick up with Kiersey crying in her room, and it turns out to be the trash bag we all know and hate, Lord Rickon. After coming in, he says that he came in to check on her and then wants to just make sure that his nephew's been doing a good job at basically not keeping her company, but just helping her get through this. As Lord Rickon mentions that, she's gonna want to be well rested for the wedding, Kiersey begins breaking down and basically says my father was supposed to walk me down the aisle, but now he's gone. Seeing her begin to break down, Lord Rickon actually offers to fill in for her father, since at this point they are nearly family. He then continues on by saying he doesn't have any children of his own, so it would be an honor to have this experience. But Kiersey is just hey, wait, I didn't think that you really liked me like that. And regardless of whether he does or doesn't, Lord Rickon is basically look, it doesn't matter what I think. I simply just speak my mind without inhibition. He then apologizes for, any kind of words that could have been used to offend her, and then lets her know he's used to talking to troops and not delicate nobility. As this conversation begins to come to a close, Lord Rickon is basically look, my offer still stands. I may not be a father and may be a poor replacement, but you are not here without family. And right after he says that, Kiersey jumps in his arms, giving him a huge hug while crying, and begins to thank him. Moving along, we get to Lucia, who's in the training room, and while she's training, she is beating the shit out this sparring dummy, but in the heat of the moment, she ends up setting the top of the training dummy on fire, the head on fire, with some blue flames. And as she tries to get them out, Lord Reimund walks in. He apologizes for the intrusion, but mentions to her that he's there for the same reason, which is to get off some frustration, and after some light chit chat, offers to be her sparring partner. As these two go at it, Lucia mentions how she, number one, was able to keep up with the exercises while she was away. Number two, she feels stronger than ever before. And number three, it makes her feel even safer knowing that she could actually defend herself. But at this point, the biggest drawback is that the corset that she wears to bind her wings hurts even more than it ever did before. After saying this, Reimund actually ends up getting behind her and gives her a big whack right on the back. But I don't know if it's by pure instinct or not, she just goes low and knocks him right off his feet and ends the match. After Reimund gives up, he's just look, it's been a while since I got knocked down like that. And as she walks away, Lucia is just it's been a while since you've done anything really. After hearing this, Reimund is just excuse me, and goes on to ask Lucia whether or not he did something to upset her. After going back and forth about Reimund's lack of initiative, Lucia is just look, Reimund, when was the last time you were outside of this castle? Reimund responds by telling her he's never really had to leave, and even if he does leave, he can't go unnoticed. We then end this episode off with Lucia offering her services as an apprentice mage to change Reimund's appearance so that he may leave the castle unnoticed. Alright guys, so the first thing that I just want to talk about is Lord Rickon. As much as I don't like him, I don't know if he's being genuine in wanting to help Kiersey or not. Honestly, I feel like there's some ulterior motive, and I don't know, I feel like he's trying to get her ear more than Lucia, because I don't know, I feel like he has the suspicion that Lucia is probably a fairy, and when the time comes for it to be revealed, I think he wants some kind of loyalty from Kiersey, so that if if Lucia tells her or something happens, like she'll report it right to him and not even Reimund. Or we can be seeing a different side of Lord Rickon, one in which maybe he actually wanted a family or children, and one that, I don't know, maybe could be played on at the very end of this, where he realizes that he doesn't have to be as evil as maybe he is. I really don't know. I could see him either being the big baddie turn good or big baddie who dies. And being the big baddie who turns good, I could see him maybe becoming, I don't know, like a father figure to Kiersey, and actually becoming much softer and whatnot. So in the end, like I said, I either see him becoming big baddie who dies or big baddie who turns good. Moving on, I'm excited to see what Reimund is going to see when he leaves that castle. I definitely think it would be a great experience for him, because, you know, that man, he's not living in the right world. And not to say that he's not exactly living in the right world, but he's definitely out of touch, and him being out of touch with everything going on is why his uncle has so much power over him. And I think it's probably time for him to gain some of that back. So with that being said, I really do look forward to next week, and let me know, what do you guys think is going to happen in the comments below. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media, and then be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button if you want to see more of me, Sensei Pink.